So my name's S. Rob. I'm here to answer a very important question. What is magic? Now, to some people magic means maybe stage magic, something with manipulation, producing doves. But I'm talking about real magic. What is magic? Well, it's a force. It's a force that works in the world. It will be just as accurate to call it thought. Okay? A lot of occultism works through our thoughts to some extent. It basically all does. So what we're talking about are things like will, intent, things like that is a major force for magic. The magic I do relies upon that. But you can also use belief also. Even anger can cause things to happen, like the evil eye. You know, the evil eye is when someone gets really angry and they're looking at them and it causes a curse. Normally it only affects young children or the old people, the elderly, them being the weakest members of society. It's the reason why you still get rings with little things that look like eyes on them. And they're there to protect people against the evil eye. And that's very popular in the Middle East, but other places as well. But that's the thing, magic isn't some spooky ooky thing, okay? Magic is a little bit weird. But the reason it's a little bit weird is because you're talking a part of the world, a part of existence, which you have not been taught, okay? You weren't taught that. Well, school, they left that bit out. And they left that bit out because they wanted to make factory workers. They wanted to make you so you would be a worker in a large factory and wouldn't be able to think too much for yourself. You know, you knew a bit of history and a bit of this and a bit of that, and you knew just enough to be able to not be completely boring, to have some logic in your system, and you could then stamp out them mindless pieces so they could make lots of money. Okay, but magic, it's thought that does it. That means that if you have a talisman and nobody thinks it's a talisman, is it still a talisman? Well, look, it can be if you do. If you think it's a talisman, you have that thought behind it, then yes. But if nobody else had any belief in it, and you didn't think about that picture or sigil or whatever it was, it probably wouldn't have much power. Now that's where I'm different from most people. I don't say it has no power, I say it wouldn't have much power, because it is something else to magic. There's another element which is simply there, okay, and that's because it exists. These other things are a way of increasing its power, but it has power itself. It's the same as if you look at ancient rings. You know, the really old ones. The power varies a bit. Like, for instance, I've got one here. If I can just get it out. And this one here, I hope that I'll wear some. I just found it again recently, actually. Is an 18th century ring. And if you look, it's got Islamic writing on it. Now, that's still a goer. That religion's still a goer. And has a lot of power. Now, the Roman rings, because nobody even knows what the symbols are, a lot of them don't have any power. They don't have much power, the ancient Roman ones. Some of them can, but a lot of them don't because they just don't have any meaning to anybody. It's been so long that it's just went, basically. Which is why the Roman rings are nice to have, but they're not nice to rely upon. That's not that I'm against the Roman Empire, because I'm British, we were part of the Roman Empire. But it's just that there's so much being lost about what they mean that there's no great power there for them. But like I said, that's what magic is primarily. It's about your will and thought. It's also what process you use to harness that. Things can happen by accident, and when it does, that's normally something which normally affects people in a negative way. Okay, it normally does. It's just something that pops out because it tends to be anger or things like this and misdirected. So everyone needs to use occultism. They need to learn real magic so that they can use it in their lives to help them. Okay, my name's S. Rob. And this has been Magick, Magick, Magick.